here from our second years. You'll tell that they've been working really hard. You can see the progression from first year to second year. And also, you'll tell these three pieces they're going to play have totally different mood to them. Some might make you feel relaxed, some might make you want to dance, and some might make you feel like you're off in a different country. So here we go. We're going to start with Autumn. I'll just say this next one has some really cool harmonics. And if you don't know what they are, and you have a student up here, they can show you afterwards. But it's kind of a really soft, beautiful, high sound. Okay, here we go with Russian Lullaby. next one might be some of their favorite. If it's your favorite piece that we're playing shortened blues, raise your hand. Well, some of you, especially the basses. Pay attention to what the basses do when we first start. It's really cool. Okay. Don't they sound great? They have improved a lot and learned a lot of new things this year. One of our favorite first-year pieces is called Canon by Pachelbel. And it's a really beautiful piece. You'll recognize it. The cool thing about this, Janice McAllister arranged it, and it uses their first finger and their open strings. So it's something that is beautiful that they can do, and they've had to work really hard on the rhythms. You'll hear different rhythms. But before we perform Canon, first years, can you show your parents how we do our 5 steps and hold our instrument correctly? If you're standing for the first time, step 1 would be your feet under your shoulders, and your left foot is forward is step 2. Okay, let's try our 5 steps. Here we go. Ready? Step 1. That should be edge of chair. Step 2. Step 3. Step 4. And step 5. And at that point, they should be in perfect playing position. Keep it there. Show your parents out in the audience your perfect bow hold. Nice bent thumb. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're going to play Canon by Pachelbel. next group that will perform is our Ambassador Honors Orchestra. These students all have private teachers and were recommended by their orchestra teachers and parents. They rehearse about every other Friday, and we have students from 16 of the different elementary schools throughout the valley in this ambassador group. Ambassadors get to play a bit more challenging music and take a special trip each year. This year, the ambassadors will be going to Salt Lake City on March 20th, and they'll also have a tour of the Bravenel Hall. They'll get to play with the orchestra on Temple Square. They'll also, on March 18th, they'll play at the Lionheart Hall here in Logan with the members of the Florestan Quartet. So it's a little bit extra work, and we're proud of them for stepping up and doing this extra work. So they're gonna play two pieces. Walking Basses features our basses. Ambassador basses, raise your hand. Raise your bow, kind of spread it out there. You can hear them as they first come in. It has a walking bass line. If you're a musician, it has that walking bass line. You'll love to hear it. Here we go with the ambassadors. Now they'll perform Caravan of Kings, and you'll hear the basses and cellists also start out with this one. right, thank you, Ambassador students. Also like to thank Brooklyn Bowen and Ashley Grigg on the percussion back here, so thank you for doing that. And while we're on that, we've got Deidre Newman over here on the piano. So let's give them a round of applause as well. Okay, so Mountain West Strings is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and as such, we do rely on donations to fully fund our program. And you can notice on your program, hopefully you all got a program, but there's a list of donors on the back. So if you can take a look at that, we really appreciate them. Some of them have donated to Mountain West Strings since 2003. And so we really, really appreciate those donors. Also, if you order a calendar or a picture, you can pick those up in the lobby. The digital picture will be sent to you this coming in a couple of weeks here. So make sure you pick up your calendar. All right. Are we ready, second years, to play Go Tell It on the Mountain? Okay, here we go. all of you parents and grandparents and family and neighbors and friends, we couldn't do this without you either. So students, if you can, not too heavy on the feet, but give your parents a round of applause as well. You're the ones that get them to class early and come and pick them up and help them practice and encourage them, and we really appreciate you. Mountain West Strings also has a board of parent volunteers. If you're on that parent board, would you please stand? We've got Mrs. Cummings, we've got a few more over here. We have a great board, and they help set up the stage, and they choose the t-shirts, and they do all the fun things, all the 24-day All-Stars, and that is pretty cool. So, let's give them a round of applause. Hey, if you are a 24-day All-Star in the month of September, October, November, would you please stand? Or if you're on the floor, put your bow in the air. If you are a 24-day All-Star, please stand. That means they practice 24 days in one of those months, which is hard to do, to be consistent practicer. Let's look around. Wow, okay, let's give them a round, but before we do, just make sure that you pick up your gift card from your teacher. They have them. Okay. All right, and I did something different this year. I asked the principals and administrators to let me know if they were going to be here, because when I look out in the audience with the lights, I can't tell who they are. So I'm going to name those that are here tonight. First we have Principal Pugmire from Lewiston Elementary. Yeah. Principal Payne from North Park. Principal Bassett from Cedar Ridge. And those are our North principals that were able to make it tonight. So thank you. And we are really grateful to use Ridgeline High School because it's a great school, and we have Mr. Greg Hamilton that totally knows what he's doing. It makes our lives so much easier, all the sound and lights and everything set up. So thank you too. All right. Okay, so before our final two numbers, audience, we can't have everybody going to the orchestra and band room to help get everything, so if you'll meet them out in the lobby, that will make it easier, except for the bass parents. You have free game to come up and help your bass students get off the stage, take their stools or help them. We appreciate you doing that. My brother was a bass player, so I know how sometimes you have a lot to carry. Okay. And now we'll hear our final two numbers from our first and second year orchestra students performing Two French Carols and Jingle Bells. last one was really hard for them, and they worked hard at counting and getting all those notes. They all have different parts to play. So it was different. Some of these first years had never heard that second year part. Putting it together is tricky, so way to go. Okay. So cool. Their first concert on this side, and you guys have had a few more. Way to go. Thank you so much for being such great musicians. Tomorrow night I'll put that a little higher. That's what I lean over. Thank you so much for coming and supporting your students. This is a great musician group. So thank you so much. Students, I'm going to excuse you, but you'll need to take your books and anything that's around you. So if you have your bag, you can put them in yours.